What's good, YouTube? Brian here, back again with another video. It is February here in Minnesota. There is not a lot to do. Ice fishing is starting to wear thin. We're getting bored with it. Spring's right around the corner, sort of. We don't do anything but order stuff online, right? Like you're shopping, you're buying things, and so we're going to do another unboxing today. Today we have a very special unboxing. It is a package from our friends at Arsenal Fishing. So if you're not familiar with Arsenal, it is a small company ran here out of Minnesota. They're local boys. It is owned and operated by a gentleman named Dan Fabiano. He's a guy in the local tournament scene. He runs a Bass Nation Bass Club. He fishes a lot of local circuits around here. He's also a really great graphic designer, artist, and an entrepreneur. So he is like a product guy. He looks at things in the fishing market that kind of needs to be changed or updated or look cool, and that's what he does. So you guys should check out Arsenal Fishing's website. I paid for all this stuff with my own money, so I'm not like affiliated or I'm not part of their pro staff or anything like that. I just want to support Dan. I think it's cool to support local companies. I mean, what else are we going to do right now during the pandemic? You gotta support the locals. So if you go to arsenalfishing.com and use the code PUNCH15, you're going to get 15% off anything you order off his website. Now, Dan and Arsenal, they specialize in apparel, baits. They do soft plastics. They do jigs. I gotta say though, I think their highlight is their apparel. I mean, Dan has a great eye for design. He likes to make stuff that's really cool, and I know there's some apparel stuff in here that we're gonna go through. So let's dive into the order that I put together from Arsenal Fishing. So shout out to Dan, shout out to Arsenal. For the knife nerds today, we are rocking the WE Knives Banter in Ben Blue. You guys who know this knife know what I'm talking about. So let's get to it. Now, Arsenal is a growing brand. You're starting to see them in our local shops. They're on Tackle Warehouse now. Dan's got some cool products that he's been designing, and they got some pretty cool baits, like the Tactical Minnow is pretty popular around here. So we're going to open this bad boy up, and right away, I see something really cool. I'm a sucker for hats. I'm hair challenged, so I love hats, and Dan has really cool hats. So his hat stock kind of comes in and out. You guys see what's available on the website right now. But if you look at this thing, this is cool. This is it's like a bass. This is rubber. This is a flex fit hat. This is rubber. Got the camo and got the little fish logo with the American flag. I think that's really cool. We're gonna try that on. That works. I love camo hats. I'm a sucker for a black camo hat. I like black hats in general, or darker hats, because they don't show the sweat as much when you're out fishing. So shout out to Dan for the cool hat. I'm actually just going to rock this through the rest of the video. So let's just pop that tag off. Pop the tags. All right. Doesn't I look better already, right? So we got a bag, so that's cool. Oh, it looks like everything's in the bag. So I will shout out to Dan on this one. Promotional lighters. Promotional lighters. Nobody does these anymore. Everybody used to do them all the time. I personally love promotional lighters. So the fact that he's got an Arsenal matte black lighter is awesome. I making campfires all the time at my camper. I like an occasional stogie. I like an occasional tobacco pipe. So this will be used. I guarantee it. This is going to go on my truck. Also, having a lighter on your boat is great to heat up hooks when you're putting on ElaZtech baits. So if you're trying to get like one of those ElaZtech chatterbait trailers onto your like your jackhammer, break a lighter out, heat the hook up real quick, and that bait just goes right on. So lighters are very handy. So I like that off the rip. So I don't know what's really in this bag. I think I know there's things I ordered, but maybe there's a few surprises in here, and we're gonna find out. So let's jump right in. Okay. So this is a new product that they have came out with, and he's calling it the Battle Scissors. So this is just your typical stainless steel braid scissors. But what's cool about this is it's got a holder, and some screws. So the idea with this is you're supposed to mount this somewhere in your boat, or in your camper or RV or truck or wherever you want to put this thing. But he kind of designed it with the holder, with the screws, and then you put your knife or your scissors in here. Put your scissors in here, and then boom. What I'm going to do with this thing is I'm going to mount this underneath one of my compartments. So when I lift up my locker compartment, I'm going to have this scissors in there ready to go. So what's cool though is once it's in here, it's in there, man. This is locked in. So I'm gonna mount this inside of one of my compartments because I know this sucker's not gonna come out. You know, cool stainless steel scissors, the battle scissors. Oh, I also noticed there's some grooves in here. So if you need to cut some wiring, that's really cool. I didn't even notice that. So let's look real close. So I don't know if you can see that, but there are some grooves. So if you need to get around some wiring and like fray some, cut some casing off of wiring on your boat, that's going to come in handy. So I like the battle scissors. I'm going to probably get one of these for my dad as well to put in his pontoon because he's always trying to find the scissors. So this is a cool product idea. Like it. Gonna mount it in my boat for sure. Let's see what else we got in here. Oh, cool. Dan threw in some 3-inch tactical minnows. So Dan designed these. They're paddle tail swim bait. Tactical minnow has multiple sizes. It reminds me a little bit of kind of like JDM style jackal bait. So it's kind of a jointed little swim bait. So this is a 3-inch, which is going to be, you know, good for smallmouth. I could throw this on a Okashira head or even just a little ball-headed jig, maybe a little Kitech tungsten jig or something. So good color. We got green pumpkin, 3-inch tactical minnows. Oh, drop shot. I mean, this is basically the size of a hezadong shad. So I will definitely nose hook this sucker on a drop shot. That's actually probably going to be the best way to fish this. Besides just a traditional swim bait head. So thanks, Dan, for the tactical minnows that I will be drop shotting with this spring. So let's dive in. What else we got? All right, this is a product that Dan worked a lot on, and these things are out there. I have a regular nasal spectilla that I got off of someone who bought them from Korea or something. But this is your typical wacky player tool these days. This was a medical tool called the nasal spectilla. You can Google it. But a lot of people have repurposed this tool for bass fishing. So if you haven't used one of these before, I think in surgeries they use this to spread people's nostrils open for like nasal surgeries. But what Dan did is he took the product, the medical device as it's known, but he really ruggedized the grip on this thing. I mean, this has super serious green rubber on that for the grip. So that grip is actually really nice. And what also is cool is that you don't think about it, but in between here, he made it so there's no spring. So a lot of these, when you buy them off like eBay or you get these things, they have springs in here, and the springs can wear out, pop out, damage, break. There's no springs on this one. So this is a really cool tool. You can also buy these silicone tubes. So if you guys don't know how these things work, I'm not going to sit and explain it, but basically you take a Senko or a Robo worm or a Nico worm or any kind of worm. You put one of these rubber pieces on the end of this, you spread it open, you shove your worm through, you take the thing off, and then you put your hook through the rubber tube shields, whatever we want to call these things. You put the hook through this, and then you lose a lot less Senkos. So when you're using one of these devices, you can get multiple bites out of a Senko versus just running the hook right through the bait and then maybe having a one fish wonder. So I got this in the 7mm size, which is the standard size for Senkos. If you go on Arsenal's website and you look up this tool, he'll list all the different sizes of the tubes, and then actually it says it right on the back of the package too. So the back of the package will tell you which size tube for the most common size worms. So this is cool. I'm actually going to give this to my dad because I already have one of these in my boat with some silicone tubes, but my dad uses Wacky Senkos all the time. It's like one of his favorite baits, and he still doesn't have one of these things. So I actually did not buy this for me. I'm going to hook my dad up with it, and I think he's going to love this sucker. So Dan, this is going to my pops. What else we got in here? Ooh, okay. So Dan has gotten into the finesse tungsten football head jig game, and this is his new jig that he came out with. I asked him to give me one in a 1/2 ounce, and it's into a like a brown craw color. He calls it the Champion football jig. Now, tungsten football jigs are a dime a dozen. You can get these things. A lot of people sell them. A lot of people make them. But there's a couple key things that I'm always looking for on a tungsten finesse football jig. And number one is a stout hook. So as I'm looking at this hook, I think he says on the package it's a Mustad. Doesn't say what kind of Mustad hook, but looking at this, I would say that this is Not heavy enough to be considered like a regular flipping hook. I'm bending it a little bit. It seems pretty strong. This would definitely be great for smallmouth. Also, what I'm already noticing on this is I like a lighter wire weed guard. So the weed guards on a lot of football jigs are just heavy duty and hardcore, and often I cut the weed guards off because I'm usually dragging football jigs in rock piles or open water. Rarely dragging these jigs around wood. We don't have a lot of wood in the lakes around here, so don't really need the weed guard very often. So I like this color. This is black with some brown and some, yeah, it's just black and brown and some red flake. But anyway, this is a cool football jig. I'm going to add this to my Finesse half-ounce football jig. And when you say finesse just means smaller gauge hook, tungsten heads, smaller package, easier for fish to eat, especially smallmouth. So shout out to Dan and Arsenal for a cool Finesse tungsten football jig. I will definitely tie this thing on. That looks like it's going to be a fish catcher. Got some Arsenal stickers. Dan's got a really good eye for design, so these stickers are sweet. And I think the coup de grace, the last thing, is this hoodie. Now, I love this hoodie design. I'm a smallmouth addict like most of you are, I'm sure. So Dan designed a really cool smallmouth designed hoodie. I've worn this in previous videos, but here's the thing. The one that I had was an extra large, and I've lost weight in the last, I don't know, few months, and extra large is fitting a little big, so I asked Dan if he still had any larges in stock and to hook me up because I want one of these hoodies really bad that fits me great. And so he got me the large. So it's got smallmouth on the front. He calls this the wolf pack hoodie because, you know, smallmouth travel in wolf packs. And on the back it says chasing wolf packs with a wolf on the back. So you smallmouth nerds are going to totally understand this. People who look at the back of this are going to have no clue what the hell it means by chasing wolf packs and then fish on the front. But you smallmouth fishermen know. You catch one smallmouth, what's the old adage? If you catch one smallie, there's 5. And if you catch 5 smallies, there's 50. Word of advice from a smallmouth guide who told me that a long time ago. So anyway, this is a rad hoodie. Get these while he has them. If you're a smallmouth person, you got to get this hoodie. I mean, look at this. It's sweet. Actually, I'm going to throw it on real quick. So anyway, just a reminder, go to Arsenal Fishing, use Punch 15 as the code, get 15% off your first order, and you can look rad rocking a smallmouth on your chest and a largemouth on your American flag hat. I mean, come on. I might not catch a lot of fish, or I might get skunked, but I'm going to look really dope doing it. So that's enough for this unboxing. I'm kind of being a dork about this stuff, but I like the Arsenal products. I got scissors, I got tools, I got baits, I got apparel. I mean, you can just get hooked up at Arsenal. They got a little bit of everything. So hope you guys enjoy the code. Hope you guys enjoy the unboxing. I will be back again. I got more stuff coming in the mail. It's cabin fever. We're buying stuff left and right just to get ready for the season coming up and just to give us a little enjoyment in our frozen affairs up here in Minnesota. So like and subscribe. We will see you next time. Peace out.